What's going on, guys? Caden here, and welcome back to the channel. We are back again with another review video, and in today's review video, we are going to be reviewing possibly the best Sonic action figure ever created. The closest thing that we'll ever get to an SH Figure Arts Sonic figure. Yup, that's right. I'm talking about the new, highly anticipated Jakks Pacific Sonic Movie 3 5-inch Sonic action figure. There he is in all of his glory in the box. The perfect Sonic figure. Oh, but not just him. I was able to get my hands on the full wave of figures just a couple days before my birthday. And the day I'm recording this video is actually a day before my birthday. And my birthday is on October 19th, and today's the 18th. So yeah, but I will be making separate videos on the others. I decided that instead of just reviewing them all in one video, that's probably gonna end up being like 30 minutes long. I just, make separate videos on each of the figures individually. So in today's video, we're gonna be taking a look at Sonic. I was gonna do Shadow first because that's the one that I was most excited to review, but it only makes sense to start with Sonic, the main character in his own franchise, and also so I can, learn the basics of the articulation. Because in case you didn't know, yup, as if you couldn't tell already, these figures do have more articulation than the average Sonic figure, and they are 5 inches instead of, like the mainline Sonic waves from Jakks Pacific that are like 4 inches. So yep, these guys are bigger, taller, and have more articulation. So yeah, without further ado, let's get straight into it. So here he is. He looks way past cool. So here's the front of the box. You can see Sonic right there. He looks all happy, looks excited to be here. The box art looks amazing. Even though they are just reused renders from Sonic Movie 2, I still like these renders. I think they look cool. I mean, there's nothing wrong with them. They still fit in, And the poses that they chose for the characters are pretty cool. Like you can see Sonic right there, doing the finger point, with the smirk, and then Knuckles right there, throwing a punch at you, and then Tails up on top. He's just, doing his own thing. He looks very happy. He's flying. And then we got Shadow, and this right here, yeah, I know, this is just a screenshot from the post-credit scene at the end of Sonic Movie 2. So I don't know why they just didn't put new renders of Shadow. I don't know why they keep reusing this one scene for the end of the movie, but nonetheless, it still looks pretty cool. I mean, I'm not complaining. I mean, I'm gonna open this figure anyways. I mean, I don't know if there's gonna be a way that I can salvage the box. I'll try my best. But yeah, you got the Sonic Movie 3 logo on top. You got Sonic's name right there, in front of the box. Ages 3 and up, and you got the Jakks Pacific logo on the bottom left corner. Turning this guy around. Got the back of the box. You can see that he comes with 22 points of articulation. A whopping 22 points. Oh my. I used to pray for times like this. You can see what the figure's supposed to look like. The description reads, Sonic is on a roll. Saved the world twice, but who's counting? And has 2 besties for his team. But will they be enough to handle a devastating new threat? Shadow? And then on the bottom it just shows the rest of the figures in this wave. Got Tails, Shadow, and Ivo Robotnik. I find it odd that they just don't call him Eggman, Dr. Eggman, but they call him by his real name, Ivo Robotnik. So yeah, you got Dr. Robotnik, Jim Carrey, in other words. And then you got the Jakks Pacific logo yet again. The Shadow, post credit scene at the end of the second movie. Again. Yeah, so back to the front of the box. Let's go ahead and pop this guy open. Alright. Quick snack, little stretch, and here we go. So here's here's a closer look at the figure there, side of the packaging. I'm surprised he doesn't have any plastic straps around his arms or his legs. Huh, that's weird. They usually do that with the 4-inch figures, but I guess not. So I guess no need for the handy dandy scissors in this video. We can just push them right out. Come on, Sonic. Oh, I accidentally cracked the plastic. Yeah, whatever. It's not like I'm gonna put them back in the box anyways. All right. So there he is. Oh man, he's in the same pose as he was in the back of the box. So, wow. Look at that. He looks great. So there's our boy Sonic, completely out of the packaging, free from his box-like prison. So let's just go ahead and review him already. Alright, so right off the bat, the paint job on this figure is really good. I don't see like any major paint splotches on this guy. There is a few like little like red bits right there under his smile, but I mean besides that, you know, I got a very great you know, copy. So yeah, there's the back of the figure. Yeah, I can't really notice anything wrong with him, so that's great. You know, that makes me happy. So one major difference that they did with these figures is that they do have the, you know, the realistic eyes, kind of like they did with the Mario movie figures. So the eyes do kind of follow you, you know, when you're moving him around, which is creepy but yet, you know, cool at the same time. And it does, you know, give it that more realistic feel. Speaking of realistic, I mean, this figure is pretty realistic. I like how they gave him like the realistic texture, you know, for his fur. You can see like the sculpt and everything. It looks great, man. You can see his fur is actually sculpted on there. You know, his quills, you can see some of his quills popping out right there on the top of his head. I love the color blue that they chose for him. I think it's the same shade of blue that they used on the movie 2 figures, if not just a little bit lighter, which is accurate to the trailer. He did look a lot more brighter in the trailer. I don't know if that's actually how he's gonna look in the movie, but yeah, I noticed that, and a lot of people noticed that too, is that like the shade of his fur, like it's not the same shade of blue that it used to be in the older movies. Like in the trailer, he looks like classic Sonic shade of blue, but that's not a bad thing, you know, like classic Sonic shade of blue. Yeah, anyways, back to the figure. So yeah, you know, he's got his green eyes. I love the facial expression they chose for him. You know, he's smiling, showing his teeth. His nose is pretty shiny. The eyes are not too dark. His ears, he has big ears. His spikes look great. He did a great job on his quills. He does have the 7 quills like he's supposed to. And you can actually see the parts where his quills are supposed to light up, which is not something that this figure does, but is something that they ended up doing in that 4-pack, which I also got my hands on as well. So expect an unboxing video for that coming soon. But yeah, it's like they were meant to do that on this figure, but then ended up, you know, saving that for later, and then they ended up doing that in the 4-pack with him and Shadow and Knuckles and Tails. He's also got his back spikes. He's got the 3 back spikes and his tail. Yeah. Closer look at his shoes. His shoes look great, you know. Got like the yellow parts on the top, the white stripes, nice and red. You can actually see the sculpt if I get close enough to the camera. I don't know if you can see. Yeah, you can see like the material on his shoes, and then the soles of his shoes are also detailed as well. That is very nice. He does have, you know, holes in a lot of his shoes, so you can like stand them on something. You can even see like the texture on his socks as well. And since he does have holes in the bottom of his shoes, that means if you have the snowboards from the Sonic and Knuckles figures from movie the Sonic and Knuckles figures from movie 2, you can actually use them, and I'm pretty sure you can stand on them. I don't know if, wait, let me see. Yes, he can! Yeah, so you can put them, gotta squeeze them a little bit. Yeah, so you can put them on, you can use the old accessories on the new figure. Nice. So that's pretty cool. So as for articulation, let's see. So you do get butterfly joints on these figures, which is insane. You know, I haven't seen, I don't think we've ever seen butterfly joints on a Sonic figure like this before, which is pretty cool. And I'm very proud of Jakks, and I'm, you know, very impressed with these figures. Like even with Sonic, like this is the only figure that we've looked at so far, and that is just like, wow, I'm absolutely mind blown. And not only that, but he does have a waist swivel, so like, you know, you can just turn him to the side like that. So that is pretty cool. Not so much for like crunching back, or, you know, he can't really crunch forward either, but that is still pretty nice. That is like Marvel Legends level of articulation right there. Let's see, as for pivoting, he can kind of move his head side to side, not so much, but it's something. He can't really look up that much because, you know, his quills, unfortunately, but he can look down just a little bit, not so much. But yeah, it's because of his quills. Let's see here, you do get the, you get a ball joint right there on his elbows, so you can bend right there in the elbow. He does have like articulated fingers, so you can actually open his hands and, you know, make him hold different accessories, which is pretty cool. So that's another reason why I love these figures. So I get, you know, like a lever right there, so that is pretty cool. His hands do also, they can, yeah, there's like a hinge right there, so you can, like, you know, yeah, there we go. You can bend them back, move them forward. You get a swivel out of that as well, so that is very nice. As for the legs, Sonic can kick forward right about there, which is very nice, and kicking back without bending the knees right about there. So that is pretty good, pretty good. He does have more ball joints for his knees, so he can bend at the knees right there using the ball joint, just like his elbows. So yeah, this kind of reminds me of like the articulation for the Sonic Prime figures, except better and more articulation. And you can also, move his feet up a little bit. He gets a hinge right there underneath the socks, and you do, I think you get a, can you swivel? I don't know. No, you can't swivel his shoes, but yeah, you can move them up and down just a little bit, like so. So that is nice. So overall, this figure is just perfect. I mean, you can't go wrong with this guy. It's nice. So we're actually gonna compare him really quick to some other figures. So like here he is next to the Mario movie figure. So as you can see, they do scale pretty well next to each other. I think Mario should be just a little bit smaller than Sonic. I don't know if that's entirely accurate, but they are about the same height. I think Sonic's just a little bit taller because of his ears, or, you know, because of his big forehead. But yeah, as you can see, they both have those realistic eyes, and they look pretty great next to each other. There he is next to the old movie 2 figure. He got a big glow up. And here he is next to an average modern Sonic figure. So overall, I rate this figure not a 10, but an 11 out of 10. One of the best Sonic figures of all time. Definitely the best Sonic figure I own in my collection, and I am a proud owner of this figure. I'm just so grateful that I was able to get my hands on this guy, and not just him, but the rest of the wave. And, you know, if this figure is so good, just imagine how the rest are going to be. If not better, just as good as this guy. So yeah, I highly recommend this figure to anyone who is a massive Sonic fan. You'll definitely fall in love with this figure. I mean, you can't get much better than this. So that's gonna be about it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Go ahead and give this video a big thumbs up if you liked it. Subscribe if you haven't already. And if you don't want to miss out on any uploads, you can always go ahead and click that notification bell so you don't miss out on future videos. You guys have a great rest of your day or night, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.